You can't skip the mental programming. You can't skip working out your mental strength. That's the number one factor that stops most guys from getting where they want to go, from getting the girl they want, because they're too scared to go approach her. They're too scared to go say hi. They're too scared to DM her on Instagram with the video and say, hey, what's up? My name's Brian. You're pretty cute. Let's go out sometime. They're too scared to go to the gym because they feel like they're so skinny, and they don't even want to be embarrassed by just stepping foot in the gym because they're going to be afraid that other people are going to look at them, stare at them, think they're weird because, oh man, they're skinny. Why are they working out? They're never going to build muscle, right? They're too scared to take that first step to making it a reality. Just like I was too scared these last few months to push the camera and press record.
It, but you ain't living like that. The Porsche costs 100, this is twice that. Flooded on my diamonds, falling spring. Back in Oakland, I'm a king. I know I'm Aussie, it's a thing.
My life has changed so much in the last 6 months. Like I said, quit that six-figure job, went all into my business, and I got married, guys. I got married to my dream girl. It's crazy how awesome it is when you write a goal down and you program yourself mentally to be ready for that goal, and life gives it to you. The biggest mistake I've made is not documenting the journey. And I'm making this video because I want to hold myself accountable right now to be able to, tell myself, Brian, like, you always end up at this place that you're at right now where you're not feeling fulfilled as much as you could be because you should be sharing the journey with everybody that follows you on your Instagram, on your YouTube, that looks up to you. Because ultimately my goal was to build my family, my team, and be the leader that I really kind of never really had growing up, I didn't really have that leader to show me the path to success. So I was always looking for mentors. I was always looking for books. I was always looking to audiobooks and podcasts and YouTube videos to find someone that could show me the path to ultimately what I knew my life could be. And that's what I want to do for you. And I share this with you because it hasn't been easy. The last 6 months have been like 6 years. And I've grown my business from just, under 6 figures to now multiple 6 figures in a very short period of time, with only the upwards trajectory of, keeping going here and ultimately to get to 7 figures, So I want to document that journey because I know that content and that story and this grind right now, this journey is invaluable. It's priceless to people that, maybe are watching this video in the future and thinking, hey, I want to go all in on myself, my business, my journey, but I'm just a little bit scared. I'm a little bit nervous, and I want to share my journey with you to give you a little bit of an inspiration, but also the reality of the situation of what's to come, because it hasn't been easy. I've dealt with firing employees. I've dealt with hiring bad employees. I've dealt with doubts, fears, anxiousness, worry, stress, more problems. The more money you make, the more problems you have, the more risk you have, the more responsibilities you have. And it's been an amazing journey because I've loved every second of it, the highs, the lows, and I want to share that with you. I know that you guys are following me on this channel because a lot of you follow me because of my pectus content, right? Obviously, I'm someone who was born with a very severe case of pectus excavatum, where my chest is super indented, and I've made a lot of videos in the past about health and fitness and how it's all about your mental programming. And I'm still going to make videos around health, fitness, and mental programming because at the end of the day, the reason why I'm in the position I am now, not that I'm any farther along than you, it's because I've worked on my mental strength. The number one muscle that you can work on, in my personal opinion, is not your biceps, it's not your back, it's not your shoulders, it's not your arms, it's not your legs, it's not your calves, even though I have skinny calves. It's your mental strength, your mental muscle, your mind. That's the number one muscle that you have to work out every single day. And that's why on this channel, I always stress books, audiobooks, personal development, and how you can't escape or skip that step. Because if you don't focus on working on learning the information to change your mental programming by first becoming aware that you have been programmed and that you can change your programming to be success programming, muscle programming, to where you're building muscle effortlessly, to where you're on the path to success and taking action every single day, then you're never going to get to where you want to go. You can't skip the mental programming. You can't skip working out your mental strength. That's the number one factor that stops most guys from getting where they want to go, from getting the girl they want, because they're too scared to go approach her. They're too scared to go say hi. They're too scared to DM her on Instagram with the video and say, hey, what's up? My name's Brian. You're pretty cute. Let's go out sometime. They're too scared to go to the gym because they feel like they're so skinny, and they don't even want to be embarrassed by just stepping foot in the gym because they're going to be afraid that other people are going to look at them, stare at them, think they're weird because, oh man, they're skinny. Why are they working out? They're never going to build muscle, right? They're too scared to take that first step to making it a reality. Just like I was too scared these last few months to push the camera and press record because I was afraid that you guys wouldn't relate to it. I was afraid that you guys wouldn't like this content. I was afraid that me sharing my journey of, going from the skinny kid who was documenting his journey on YouTube, from, being super skinny, depressed, and hating the way he looked, to now being at the best shape of my life, having a business that's mine, slowly evolving to becoming the person I've always visualized myself to be, would be too much. It wouldn't be relatable. Maybe you're young and you're 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, and you just care about becoming confident because you're just desperate for confidence. You're just not confident in the way you are. And I realized that was holding me back because just like you're scared right now to take that first step because you're not working on your mental strength, I was scared myself. I was scared to push record on the camera, step in front of the camera and say, hey guys, I'm sorry. I'm sorry for doing you a disservice by not sharing the journey I've been on these last few months, and more importantly the last 3 years, to not be able to have that footage. That documentation is really hurtful to me. It upsets me. But more importantly, I'm upset at myself because I'm upset that I've done you guys a disservice, because I know that journey these last 3 years has just been amazing for me in terms of personal growth, mental strength, confidence, the confidence to be able to take that risk when I was making 6 figures a year, to be able to jump all in into my business, which is a huge risk, to hiring people, which is another risk, to managing people, to taking responsibility for less pay, right? And not documenting all of that has just been shitty, for lack of a better word. And I want to do that over right now by making stupid, simple videos just like this, sharing with you guys the real, the raw, the highs, the lows, and everything to come in the future. Because right now I'm in a very awesome position where I still feel ungrateful sometimes, and I'm in a new apartment, brand new apartment. And I'm going to talk about this in a future video, but my life has changed so much in the last 6 months. Like I said, quit that 6-figure job, went all into my business, and I got married, guys. I got married to my dream girl. It's crazy how awesome it is when you write a goal down and you program yourself mentally to be ready for that goal, and life gives it to you. Life gives it to you. All of my life has been a manifestation of my visions that I've had in my head, the goals that I've wanted. And even though the vision and the goals always kind of changed along the way, I look back on the last 6 years of my life since I started this journey on YouTube, documenting everything, working on my personal development, sharing my story, and everything's worked out. I'm exactly where I wanted to be just a few short years ago because I took the time to work at it. I took the time to write it down first, exactly what I wanted. I wanted to make $100,000 a year when I first was in college, because that was the goal. I never met anybody who made $100,000 a year. None of my family members were making $100,000 a year. That number just seemed impossible, and I wanted to do it to prove to myself that I could, and I did. And I'm not bragging here. I'm not saying, look at me. I'm sharing this with you to inspire you. And if you feel that me sharing this with you is bragging, boasting, I would ask you to challenge yourself and ask yourself, why do I feel like me sharing this, or Brian sharing this with me, is making me feel this way? Why does Brian telling me this make me feel this way? Because it's not a me problem, it's a you problem. And I say that not to say you have a problem. I say that because sometimes in life, people tell us more about themselves than they do about us. And right now, I'm sharing this with you humbly to inspire you, because it's as easy as writing down exactly what you want and then going after it, but keeping that vision in your head through the highs, through the lows, through the depressive days where you just feel like not doing nothing. You feel like nothing's working, but still having that vision and holding it firmly in your mental state, your vision, and keeping it there and programming yourself that it's going to happen by writing it down, looking at it every single day, because that's what I did. And eventually it wasn't door-to-door sales that got me there. It wasn't, YouTube that got me there. It was seeking out a mentor, someone that could help me who's already done it and show me how to do it. And that's when I met my mentor. My mentor who taught me direct response marketing, who taught me how to sell, who taught me how to advertise online. And I don't owe all my credit to him because he's just a person just like you and me. He's not anybody special. He's not. He's just someone who has a little bit more experience. He's a little bit farther ahead. And more importantly, he's just a human being who has his flaws, and he's not perfect either. But I learned what I needed to learn from him, and then I left. Because I knew my goal is to build my business, not to work for someone. So when I got that goal, I knew that I'm here. But this isn't what I really wanted. This is just a stepping stone. So now what's next? And what's next is building my company, my team, my family, and impacting the world the way I want to, with building a team full of fit, focused professionals who all want more, and who want the body, who want the dream girl, who want the wealth, who want the happiness. And that's what I'm sharing on this channel with you. It's as easy as writing down what you want every single day and mentally programming yourself to get it. That's what's happened. And that's exactly how I met my wife. Like I said, I'll get to this in a future video. If you haven't watched the video I made on, no FAP, wet dreams, and semen retention, I'll put a card somewhere around here. You can check that video out, because in that video I talk about how I was doing a 90-day sprint where I was focused on getting a relationship, because I was someone who was, building my business on the side. I was working full-time for my mentor, and I just desperately wanted to share that experience with someone that I truly loved. I didn't want to keep dating multiple girls at once. I didn't want to keep, by dating I mean not in a relationship with them, just to be clear. By dating I meant seeing multiple girls at once and just having fun without any real connection, real emotional connection. It was just more physical. And I liked a lot of these girls, but it just wasn't satisfying. It just wasn't fulfilling to me. And I wanted to meet a girl that I wanted to meet a girl that I could share my life with, that I could picture myself, sharing my life with. And I made a goal. I wrote it down exactly who I wanted, what I wanted in my dream girl, what I didn't want. And I wrote a love letter to her as if I already had her. And I learned this from a book by Coach Corey Wayne called How to Be a 3% Man. And if you haven't watched the video, How to Be a 3% Man, I share more exactly about this exercise there, which you can click a card right here and go watch that video, which I'll talk about more in a future video. And I actually want to get Jennifer on camera here, who you saw in another video of mine. My wife is amazing, guys. She's everything that I wrote down I wanted. Everything that I wrote down I wanted. So I married her. But I didn't marry her when I should say this. Life is so crazy because it'll give you exactly what you want if you ask for it, but it won't give it to you exactly how you are planning it in your head or how you are expecting it to go. It gives you exactly what you want, but not when you want it or how you expect it. And I say that because I didn't expect to get married, guys. I didn't want to get married this quickly. Not to say that I'm unhappy that I got married, because I'm not. I love my wife. I love my life. And I love where I'm at right now. I wouldn't have had it any other way because I asked for it. And life gave it to me in a different way than I expected it. And a different way than she expected it. She didn't, expect to be marrying me right now. And I can have her talk about this, us together talking about it, because it's a crazy story. My life is a crazy story, and your life probably is a lot crazier than mine. And I share this with you because I want you to get a few concepts from this video. Number one, you can't skip the work from your mental programming, because your mental programming and your mental strength is ultimately going to help you take the risks you need to get uncomfortable and go after what you really want with your body, to go to the gym and work out, to lift the heavy weights, to push yourself and not just keep lifting the same weight you've been lifting the last few weeks, but to really lift heavier weights so you can get stronger, build more muscle, look better. When you look at yourself in the mirror, you have to push yourself in the gym. Otherwise, we're not going to grow. You have to give your muscles a reason to grow. Otherwise, they're not going to get stronger. Just like when you go to approach that girl, you're not going to approach the girl if you're not mentally strong enough to do it, if you're not confident in who you are. And to get confident in who you are, you have to program yourself to be confident by doing things that are uncomfortable, just like lifting the heavy weights. It's all the same thing. Just like approaching that girl is uncomfortable and like lifting the weights is uncomfortable, it's training you to become the person that's gonna be the most high value person that you can be, the strongest version of yourself, the fit professional, the Renaissance man. Your end goal comes from being uncomfortable, getting uncomfortable, just like taking the risk that I took to leave that six-figure job to build my business, even though I knew it's risky because most businesses fail within the first 2 years. And I'm willing to take that risk because I've been mentally strong the last few years of my life to prepare myself for that moment. Just like when I wrote out exactly the girl I wanted to meet, to date, to marry, and spend the rest of my life with, life gave it to me when I wasn't expecting it, and as quickly and quicker than I expected to have to commit to it, right? But I was ready. I was strong enough to realize that, hey, if I don't do this, I'm probably going to regret this, because I've never had a girl in a short amount of period of time who's been as awesome as Jennifer, who's been as loving to me as Jennifer, who's given me so much that I couldn't have even asked for as Jennifer. So I married her, and we got married. And we're going to have the official celebration, about a year from now, maybe in Miami in May, which if you live in Miami, hey, come out. I have no problem meeting some of you guys, but I share all this with you to realize that you can't skip the mental program, because it's going to help you be successfully confident and be able to just become the person you want to be, to prepare you for life's uncomfortable situations, stressful situations. But you're going to be ready for it because you're mentally strong, with affirmations, with writing your goals down, with programming yourself to be confident. I like myself. I'm ready. I'm strong. I'm confident. By declaring maybe you're not there where you want to be yet, but you're working towards it every single day. It's all the same thing in every area of your life. And also to share with you guys and say that I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for not filming this journey. I'm sorry to myself for not filming this journey so I could have this to look back on it when I'm 80 years old and say, damn, what a ride. I forgot about that. I forgot about that, and I can watch it, And you guys can watch the journey from me going from that skinny kid who was depressed to building muscle, to documenting his journey on YouTube, to sharing everything I was learning along the way, to now evolving and becoming someone who's not just about pectus excavatum, but uses that to inspire you, to show you that even though you have this body deformity, even though you're not confident in who you are right now, you can overcome that. You can overcome your genetics. You can use that strength that you're building in the gym to be strong and take risks, to approach that girl you've always wanted, to say hi to her, to also use that strength to take that risk and go all in on your business, because you know that you're not going to be fulfilled until you do it. At least to take action to do it, so that you can look back on your life and say, at least I went after it. At least I went after it. It's all helping you build that stuff, and that's what I want to help you do. And I'm going to be documenting the journey the rest of the way, guys, because I keep ending up at this place when I don't do it, of unfulfillment, and it eats at me. It eats at me, guys. I'm never going to be fulfilled until I know that my journey is helping you. Instead of being selfish and not documenting it, I'm going to go out of my way to document it, even if it's just with videos like this, talking about it, where I'm at right now, what I'm struggling with, what can help you. Because I know that this is a form of meditation for me, and I know that people can relate to this because it's real, it's raw. There's no script right now, it's from the heart. And I want to share that with you to help you overcome your genetics and to become your best version of yourself, to be the leader that you never had growing up as well. My name is Brian Moncada. Keep smiling, keep learning, keep growing, and I'll see you in the next episode. Peace.